So this season on the offensive side of the ball, things have not really gone the way that us Sooner fans would have liked. But I'm going to tell you this. There is a lot of positive that's come out this season. And the biggest positive is kind of one of those I told you so moments. Now, we are only 4 games into the season. Sooners are 3-1. But if things do continue the way that I'm expecting, it appears that we will probably finish with the top 15 defense. Let me explain what I mean. Let's dive into all the advanced numbers. The ones that I told you the Sooners are going to look good at, and they're living up to expectation. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you for pulling up to the channel. All right, so, Brent Venables had his press conference not too long ago, and we'll have a video on that as well as the polls. I just haven't had the opportunity, but there was a tweet by Gerald McCoy that came out after the game on Saturday. And when I saw this tweet by Gerald McCoy, first thing that came to my mind was, that's a good point. And I say that because when I looked at this tweet I'm about to put up on screen, I was like, I got to go do some digging on this. Let me research this real quick. And this is what Gerald said. Y'all can see this. The supposed best offense in the SEC, and we lose by 10 with no offense. Yeah, man, y'all in trouble. Patience, Sooner fan base. Patience. It's a slow roast, but it's gonna happen. So, of course, everybody's saying now that Tennessee just, did a slow burn. They decided to really pull back. When you go look at some of the film defensively, majority of their top players still played. I think their corner, McCoy, the one that got the interception at 71 snaps, usually means that you're pulling back people, right? But their defense was still on 100. They were trying to do what they can to keep Oklahoma from getting any closer. Offensively, one of the things I think they realized in that game was Oklahoma's getting the pass rush in. And they are being pretty disruptive, right? I mean, we caused 2 fumbles. We finished the game with 3 sacks that we got credit for. PFF gave us 6, which there's 2 probably we didn't get, mainly because Nico got back to the line of scrimmage, right? But we were really causing pressure. Their run game didn't get the numbers they wanted. Remember, Tennessee came into this game averaging over 650 yards of offense, and they finished this game with like 345. This was not the game that Tennessee would normally play. And it's because the defense was there. And so this is why we're talking about this, because I want to give y'all some of the numbers and ratings, right? Let's pop up a few here. First and foremost, shout out to my guy, Jacob Majors, Stats by Popo, one of the guys in the Discord, who always hooks up with some advanced numbers. I went and dug on some numbers, and he provided me the rest in a nice little graphic that I can look through. But listen to these defensive numbers. Did y'all expect Oklahoma going into the Tennessee game, in which the game that Tennessee, they're ranked one of the top offenses and top defenses. They're on both sides. They're killing it, right? After that game, our rating on ESPN's FP plus defensive rank is 13th in the country. Our ESPN defensive efficiency rating is 10th in the country. PFF's defense grade rank, we're tied for 11th in the country. We've given up 1,139 yards. Total yards in this season, we're ranked 28th in the country, which is actually pretty darn good if you think of the raw numbers, because the raw numbers don't really tell you enough, right? Because there's garbage numbers that happen in those games, but we're there. Did anybody expect that? Our run defensive ranking, 17th. Our pressure rank, grade-wise, from PFF is 4th, right? We're top 15 in a lot of major metrics around what our defense is, right? We've already gotten 8 fumbles. We've gotten 4 interceptions, so 12 turnovers. We are +7 in the turnover margin. So my point behind this is that Brent Venables is doing exactly what we expected him to do this season. His defense is moving up into the top tens. Now, if things work out similar to the timeline we saw at Clemson, we'll have a top 5 defense next season. And I hate that we're wasting Billy and Danny's last year with the team and Woody's last year with the team. But we're building a juggernaut on the defensive side of the ball. Did any of you all expect that? Most of you are going to say no. I know that because nobody expected this. This is almost a shock for your boy too. We're putting together a defense that's going to be a problem for the competition long term. The numbers are saying it, guys. Like, remember last season, I think we had started the year with what? 4, 5 sacks. We didn't have very many sacks last season. And of course, because we didn't have very many sacks, the big complaint was, the team's not getting us anything. We've already got 14 sacks so far. Like, legitimately, we have 14 sacks so far. Did anybody expect us to be able to get that kind of pressure at all this season? No, we didn't. It's crazy because going back to look at some of these older games, and let me get one matchup that was interesting to me. As we get up against West Virginia game, we had 18 sacks going into that game against West Virginia. And when we played West Virginia, that was game number 10 of the season. 10 games, 18 sacks. 4 games in, we've got 14. And that number is going to keep going up. My point behind all of this and why I'm breaking this down for you all is we told you here that the defense was going to be real. National media people are recognizing, they're saying, no, we think Oklahoma has an elite defense and it's going to do nothing but get better. Knock on wood, we remain healthy. But the numbers are showing us that this defense is real. Tell me, what do y'all think? Hop in the comments, let me know your thoughts. We knew that a Brent Venables built defense was built to be better in the third year. Similar to a lot of teams when their coach gets certain players there for them for their third year in the system, the numbers are always better. And we're getting there. Like, I get everyone is, of course, concerned. I'm there. I understand. But the defense is real. We just played Tennessee, and Tennessee got just over 50% of the yards they get per game. And don't worry, they're going to get a hell of a lot more yards next week. And you're going to be like, oh, you're right. Because going into SEC playing the rest of these games, Tennessee's going to put up numbers. They're that good. They are, legitimately. Their defensive line is really good. Right? If we had a halfway competent offense this season, our defensive numbers will be even better than what they are today. I guarantee it. Because everything complements each other. If the defense isn't doing all the work by themselves, they would show a lot more they would be able to do more stops, because then they wouldn't be on the field all the time. You may be asking, well, would that skew their numbers? It would skew their numbers a better direction, because that means that they won't be giving up as many yards. The fact that we are 28th in total defense per game average this season, 28th, and our defense has played the majority this season, tells you a lot. Tells you a lot about just their ability to calm down some of the storm that we're dealing with. Run defense is stout, period. Right? Tennessee had to run the ball a lot because they had to find a way to make sure that Nico doesn't get more hits. They're not dumb. They're smart. They pulled back, but not the way that everyone's claiming. They knew that they kept throwing the ball, we were probably going to get more sacks. And we were going to cause more fumbles. That's what we do. We're really good at that this year. So you should take pride in that. Take pride and be excited at what we're putting together on the defensive side of the ball. Don't worry, the offense is going to come around. It's going to get competent. It's going to be competent enough, especially as they simplify things. We'll talk about that in the Brent Venables video when I talk about his presser. We'll go through like the injury report. We'll go through the polls like we do every week. We're doing it a little bit later in the week than normal, but I'm going to get you that because I'll be home and I can actually really break that down. So I'll get that to you later in the evening. So keep your eyes open for that, especially with the injury report. But let me know what y'all think. How y'all feeling about the defense? I want to hear from you all. All right. I'm out. Another video will come later. And yeah. Y'all enjoy your day. We'll talk soon. Peace.